Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing something a lot different than my usual type of content, but I'm going to be talking about how the TV series BoJack Horseman accurately depicts mental illness. The world of BoJack Horseman is basically a furry's dream. Just kidding, but it is a world of anthropomorphic animals and humans living together peacefully, and BoJack Horseman specifically used to be a star of a 90s sitcom called Horsin' Around, and he has a awful childhood, a lot of traumatic events, and really what BoJack Horseman teaches us is that we all have our own burdens to bear, and we need to be held accountable.
You ruin people who care about you.
Well, best of luck.
I want you to remember this, BoJack. I want you to remember what you did to me.
I remember everything. I'm sober now.
If you've watched my videos before, you probably already know that I have my own mental illness struggles, mainly depression and various forms of anxiety, and I've never felt like any kind of media accurately represented the kind of struggles I had. But BoJack Horseman, the entire story from beginning to end in 6 seasons, really just struck my heart.
Sometimes the only way to solve a crime is with bones.
Oh!
Hey, if you love Bones so much, maybe we should just call you Bones.
Bone!
BoJack describes mental illness in a way that no other media that I know of, at least, has ever depicted it. I feel extremely represented by my struggles. Of course, BoJack Horseman is a comedy, so it makes depression out to be a comical thing at times.
I am not depressed.
Wait, how can you know that?
Well, I feel very happy. Oh, I know. Just as I suspected. Half full.
One of the main coping mechanisms of depressed people nowadays, at least, including myself, is using humor to cope with it. And BoJack has an amazing balance of comedy and real talk about mental illness.
You're a real stupid piece of shit. But I know I'm a piece of shit. That at least makes me better than all the pieces of shit who don't know they're pieces of shit.
He mainly speaks on depression and addiction. He has done so many things that are not acceptable. At one point he does go to rehab. It doesn't really matter if you have a predetermined illness. It doesn't matter if you have gone through so many traumatic events. You don't have the right still to act terribly. You are still a person, and yes, it's difficult to overcome, but we need to be held accountable.
You can't keep doing this! You can't keep doing shitty things and then feel bad about yourself like that makes it okay! You need to be better!
It is not right for people to use that excuse. Depression isn't an excuse. I've always seen it as an explanation, personally, not an excuse. And I used to use it as an excuse. Well, it's okay for me to act like this, right? Because it's not my fault. It's not my fault I have this predetermined illness. It's not my fault that bad things happen to me. So, it's okay, right? It's okay for me to act like this. But no, it's not. It's not okay.
You are all the things that are wrong with you. It's not the alcohol, or the drugs, or any of the shitty things that happened to you in your career, or when you were a kid. It's you. Alright? It's you.
And I've tried so many years to cope with that fact that I can't just blame everything else, blame outside sources. At some point you have to look inside. And that's not easy. I'm not going to sit here and say it's easy. It was so difficult for me personally to come to this conclusion. And BoJack Horseman so deeply describes this feeling that I've had just for the past few months even. Because again, I used to always say that it wasn't my fault. It was a pass. Depression was a pass for me to act like a piece of shit. But the thing I love about BoJack Horseman is that he teaches accountability.
But you can't outrun the truth. And traffic is jammed today. Coming into Louisville, looks like some idiot parked his car on the bridge.
Just because someone treats you like a piece of shit doesn't mean you get to be a piece of shit yourself. And that's a really difficult thing to process. And it's something that no one really talks about.
Oh, no! I really should have thought about the view from halfway down.
Find your peace, big guy. Find it.
I wish I could have known about the view from halfway down!
It's important to take responsibility for ourselves. Everyone has a burden to bear, and, you know, some people, it may be more difficult. It may be predetermined, and it may not be your fault. It's not my fault that I have depression, and it's not my fault that bad things have happened to me, but it's no one else's fault either.
You're looking at the national face of depression.
You're the national face of depression.
Yep.
This face.
Uh-huh.
You're depressed.
I know a lot of people won't agree with that, but it's only hurting yourself and the people around you by not accepting that fact. You have it now, and it's up to you to get better. You can't let your mental illness control you. And this is something that BoJack Horseman has described that I've been trying to process for so many months, and that's why BoJack Horseman is so important to me. He serves as a beacon of hope and an actual accurate depiction of struggles and mental illness and the things that I have thought and felt. I really appreciate it if you guys got to the end of this video, and if you like this content, then please let me know, because I can do more videos like this. Less of me just sitting and talking, but me showing you other things too. So let me know if you guys like this kind of content, and I can try to produce more things like this. I just have to know what you guys like. So thank you for getting to the end. Thank you for listening to me talk about this. And I hope to see you again in the next video. Bye.